Hey everybody, welcome back. Hopefully you caught last week's segment where Connie and Sherry and I talked about all the fun things happening in the St. Croix Valley in Washington County. And if you haven't, you can find that on our website. But let's talk about last weekend or earlier in the month, and Memorial Day is when a lot of people headed to the lake and opened up their cabins. And we have some fun going on here with our team. Actually, we are buying a cabin or bought a cabin. And so we want to talk about that whole process, how we beat out other offers, and what our secret sauce is. So Chantel and I will talk about that.
All right, so let's talk cabin life.
Right.
We're kind of in cabin country or close to it here. So I feel like so many people are looking for cabins, especially just to take advantage of like the Midwest summers that we have. And you just bought a cabin. So tell us, what exactly were you looking for when it came to buying a cabin?
Yeah, so obviously we had different parameters only because as real estate agents, you know, we still work weekends, right? And for us, we didn't want to be too far away because if I have to come back in town and do stuff, I wanted to be available to still do that. So we were very limited that way, and we were looking in western Wisconsin. It was a challenge for us. We have friends who have a cabin up in the Leech Lake area, and it's gorgeous up there.
It's so beautiful up there.
And you just drive through, and it's serene, and you get to the lake, and you just feel peaceful, right? And unfortunately, we don't have the time to drive up there. Yeah. And we want to make sure our kids could still come up without it being a big deal. But so that was one of the things. We really wanted a fully recreational lake that had, you know, a restaurant or something we could boat to. So we'll be on Balsam Lake.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
Yeah, that's
very
awesome.
Excited.
And it's really great because Balsam, you know, I feel like so many lakes you kind of have to pick, are you going to do a recreational or are you going to do a fishing lake?
Right.
You know, but Balsam I feel like has the best of both worlds. So you kind of get a little bit of everything.
Right. Your parents just moved to a lake.
Yep. And it's definitely, I mean, there's some recreational, but it's known for fishing for sure.
And that was important to them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so and those are the things you have to consider, like what kind of activities are you going to do? You know, are you okay with it being a very social, busy lake, or do you just want to go somewhere where you can decompress and chill and not see anyone?
Yep.
You know, so those are all things to take into consideration for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so now let's talk about you actually getting this cabin, because you told me there were 50 showings. They actually had to stop the showings because there were so many.
And that was like in 2 days time. I don't even know how they squeezed that many in there.
And then on top of that, you said you were at least 15 offers, and you weren't cash, and you weren't the highest. So tell us, how did you do that?
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes, and we tell our clients this, sometimes the terms matter more than the price. Now, you can't be ridiculously low and still think, oh, but I've got really good terms in here. I have to say, you and I are, you know, when we're talking to our clients, we're always like, stay calm, don't get emotionally attached. We're going to do our best. You know, we know how to do this. Just, you know, relax. We got you. I was a nutcase. I was like, oh, we want this so bad. We really felt like this cabin, there was so much the minute I saw it. And again, advantages of being a realtor, you know, we look at so much. We've been on so many different lakes.
Yep.
I mean, your in-laws are in a lake. You kind of grew up on a lake. Now your parents are in a lake. Stephanie's got a cabin up in the Hayward. I mean, so many of us either own or, you know, kind of have lived on lakes. So we really know what we're doing and what we're looking at. And this was like, this is it. It's smaller. It's what we wanted. So I started, and I have to say this because you, again, as a team, we do this. We reach out to the listing agent and kind of establish kind of a relationship with them.
Yep.
See if we can get information of what are the sellers looking for. You know, any information we can get will help. So I did that, probably a little too much, so I need to apologize to Jake. Like, hey, it's me again, hey, it's me again. We did that. We knew we had to be competitive. I reached out to other agents that had, one agent had her house, or her cabin was pending, and got some information there, one that had sold, so I kind of knew what was going on in the area specifically. And then we had some really cool terms that we offered that kind of tipped the scales for them.
Yeah.
And it was trying to give the sellers as much as we could in addition to price.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
It was still in like pins and needles,
Yep.
like, oh.
Yep, that's awesome. And that's, you know, obviously you were really motivated because it was your own thing, but we do that for everyone.
We
so.
do. I know.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I think that's what was kind of like Tom is really involved in my business, but he's like, wow, you know, you really do make those phone calls and reach out. And we talk about that. Our relationship with other agents is so important.
So important.
We don't know when we're going to run into them again. You know, we really take that seriously. It's just being a professional.
Yep.
But we're all like really cool people too. So
Yeah.
who wouldn't want to work
Right?
with us?
Exactly.
But yeah, so it's great. And you know, another thing to consider, you know, besides what kind of lake, the lakeshore within that lake, you know, is it conducive to what you want to do there? We considered the cabin, the cabin itself, you know,
Yeah.
what do you know, are we going to expand? Is there potential? Does it need work? This one, by the way, is immaculate. The sellers owned it for 17 years.
Wow.
And it's just super clean. Everything is in great condition.
That's awesome.
Fully furnished, you know, so we were really, really fortunate.
That's
We're
amazing.
Very excited.
Yeah. Well, we're excited for you, and we're excited to come
I know.
up and hang
Team
out on the
meeting.
lake. Yeah.
Team meeting up on Balsam.
Yep.
But just just a little pitch for our team here. Like I said, we've all been on lakes or lived on lakes or have cabins, and it's kind of our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Western
for sure.
Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yep.
got it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. We can help.
And hey, segue here. Congratulations. So good to have Chantel back with us.
Feels good to
And
be back.
You can't see, but we have another team member over there
Yep.
being held by Katie right now.
Yep. Little Gordy. He's
being-
6 weeks old now.
Yeah, being super cute and quiet. So,
Yep.
yeah, great to have you back.
Yeah. Feels good.